Okay, this is a quick video to go through some tips and tricks for prompting effectively inside of Riverflow. There is a longer prompting guide that you can find by typing in prompting guide in the live chat area. It's probably the right place to start, and we're going to refer to that during this video. But yeah, this is a kind of worked example of some of the different techniques for prompting depending on where you are inside of the app. So we're going to focus today on prompting for the Photoshoots section, which involves picking a scene, your product, and a style, and then helping those three things to mix together. But we're also going to look at the images section, which is much more like a kind of traditional image prompting system where you write your prompt, you add visual references, and in our case, you can also add a style. So for today's example, we're working inside of the Eden product area. So this is a test perfume brand that we've been working on for our own marketing purposes. I'm going to show you how I would go about trying to create a 4-shot sequence. So today I'm going to try and make a kind of high-end ocean themed set of images. So we're going to go for one image of a woman inside of the ocean holding the perfume. We're then going to go for another one of the perfume kind of sinking underneath the ocean, and then we'll go for one of her kind of swimming after it, and then finally one of the perfume on some rocks. So I'm actually going to start probably in the photo shoots area, and I'm going to start with the two that don't include the person, because I've got scenes in mind that I want to use for these, and then we can go through how I would prompt for them. So firstly, let's do the one of the product sinking. So let's type in product in water. Yeah, great. This is the one that I wanted. I'm going to select that scene. And in this case, I've got a style that I'm going to apply to all of the images, which is the cinematic blue reflection style. And I'm doing that so that the images stay consistent. There's a different video on styles and the importance of those. But yeah, for this process, I'm going to always use a style for all the images we're going to create here. So the first tip, and again, you'll see this in the prompting guide, is when you're creating images using the photo shoot section, it's quite important to instruct the model on what you want to take from the different elements that you're mixing together. So in this case, I'm mixing this scene, but I want it to feel slightly more like it's ocean water. And then I'm taking this style, but of course I don't want the exact background color necessarily of this style, because I want the water to look like ocean water, and I also don't need this surface that the bottle is sitting on. So I need to prompt, so it's good advice to prompt the model in a way that gives it clarity around what it should take. So in this case, I'm going to write, show the perfume bottle sinking in ocean water. You must use the composition of the scene. You must make the water look like ocean seawater. You must use the lighting from the style. You must not override the scene composition with anything from the style. And then I lastly write something like, you must keep the product exactly as per the reference image. Do not change the label details or product dimensions. Now you can see here there's a couple of things just to call out. Firstly, I'm capitalizing the word must. This helps to just reinforce things that I want to show. Secondly, you'll also see here that I'm not really writing an image prompt, so to speak. I'm kind of more writing like an instruction to the model on how to mix these things together. Now you can do both inside of the system. You can write an elaborate image prompt here. So to some extent, we could just get an LLM to read the prompting guide, which we're going to come to in a second, and write you a kind of perfect prompt. And maybe actually in this video, we'll show you an alternative of what that would look like. But because this scene itself is already so perfect for the vision of what I want, I don't feel the need to do that. Instead, I just need to kind of nudge the model in the right direction by providing this kind of clarity here. So now I'm gonna go ahead and generate, and I'm going to generate 4. And for this example, I want them to be in portrait because I'm doing this for Instagram, so 4:5, and I'm going to go ahead and generate. While we're waiting for those to load, I'm going to quickly show you how to find the prompting guide within Riverflow. So I'd open the side now by click on support. Now I'd click help, and I would simply type in prompting guide, and you should see, here we go, an entry come up. And here is a very detailed prompting guide, either that you can read yourself, or as I'm going to do in this video, and I would probably recommend, you can copy paste into an LLM of your choice. So in this video, I'm going to use Claude and ask the LLM basically to follow this prompting guide. Now, I think one of the key things that you'd want to do for the LLM is make it clear when you're generating in the Photoshoots area, as I discussed, that's where you're mixing together the scene, the style, and a prompt, versus when you're generating it from the images section. So for now, I'm going to copy paste this. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to come over into Claude, and I'm going to say, I want your help creating image prompts for Riverflow AI. Please follow the prompting guide pasted below. You can either do this, in a single chat, or you can create a project, whatever way you like to work. And I think I'm going to say I would like to start by creating a prompt for the Photoshoots section of the app that helps me to create an image of my perfume standing on an oceanside rock with sea spray coming up around it. Now, before I hit generate there, I'm actually going to go and find the right scene for that. So I'm come back into Riverflow now, and because I'm using the Photoshoots area, I'm going to say something like ocean rock, and I'm pretty sure we should have scenes that work for this. No, you know what? I think I'm going to go with this one. So I'm going to take this scene, and now essentially what I want to do is I want to take a quick screenshot of the fact that I've got this scene, the product, and that style. And I'm going to come back over into Claude, and I'm actually going to drop that screenshot in so that Claude now knows, okay, you're working with a scene that looks like that. I know what I should be prompting to add into the scene. So I'm going to say, as you can see from the screenshot, I've chosen a scene that has the perfume, that has the product standing in the sand. I want to alter this so that it's on a oceanside rock. And that's it. And I'm going to then hit go, and we will get a prompt back. Great. Okay, so here we go. We've now got a prompt back. So I'm going to copy this back in here. You can see that it's done a really good job. It's kind of like picked up, okay, that's the product. It's talked about what it needs to preserve. It's talked about what it needs to change. So it's now got the syntax of how it should be speaking, considering that this is a prompt that involves using a scene. And again, here I'm going to generate 4 images in 4x5. So let's see the results. Okay, now while we wait for those, I am going to now ask it to produce a prompt for my other 2 shots that I want of a lady inside of the ocean holding the perfume towards the camera, and then one of her kind of from the ocean bed up, like swimming down. And so I will ask for that first one first, and then we're going to actually use that first one as a reference so that we keep the woman looking consistent in the images. So I'm going to say, firstly, image of a realistic looking 30-year-old woman in the style of a high fashion editorial perfume shoot. The woman should be shoulder deep inside of the ocean, holding the perfume bottle towards the camera. Her facial expression should be intense and show her with wet hair. As an example, like something like that will be sufficient. And what's important then is I'm also going to say this is inside the images section of the app. So there is no base scene here. Off we go. Okay, we have our prompt. So I'm going to copy that. We're going to go now into the images section of the app. I'm going to drop that in, and here I'm going to add my product reference and also our same style. And again here, we're going to go 4x5, 4 images. One thing here is that we can select the model that we're going to use. So we have the option between our Riverflow 2 Auto, Riverflow 2 Pro, which is the most powerful editing model, Nano Banana 2, and GPT-2 Image High. I think in this case, actually, I'm going to do a couple from Riverflow 2, and we'll do a couple from GPT Image, and we'll see what we think is the best. So let me generate 2 there, and let me go again here. Okay, so here are 4 candidates. I think this one I don't like as much because it's used the style a little bit too literally. So we're gonna just thumbs down that one. And then I think between these are all good, but I think I'm probably the biggest fan of this one. It looks the most realistic. So we're going to go ahead and use this one now. So I'm going to actually download this one because we're going to now use it as a reference in the next generation. So I come back to Claude and I say now, create me a prompt showing the same lady. We will attach the output image from the previous generation as a reference, diving down towards the bottom of the ocean. We will also use an ocean image as a reference. We can use the one of our product sinking through the ocean, so the ocean kind of looks the same. The camera should feel like it's on the ocean floor and be pointed upwards towards the lady swimming down towards the ocean bed. She should be, I think that's enough detail for now, and let's see how that prompt comes out. Great, we're going to copy that prompt, come back to the image section, and now we're going to add our visual references. So firstly, we're going to add the visual reference of the lady, which is here, and then secondly, we're going to add our ocean visual reference that was just been generated earlier, which is there. So we'll click those two, use references. We'll just double check now. Reference image 1, the woman, yeah, perfect, the ocean. Great, and I think we will generate again in 4.5. Definitely generate a number of candidates, so this is going to be quite an interesting, quite challenging image for the AI to get right. While we're waiting for our final images to load, I thought I'd quickly show you how you then go about kind of refining the prompt if you wanted to make some changes. So here's our image of the product on the rocks. If we remember, we use this scene, we use the product, we then use the prompting guide in Claude to create a specific prompt here. If I wanted to change this, I'd click on the remix button. That's going to pull it back into the side panel, and I can then start making some changes. So you can see that the way in which this is constructed is, because it's a photoshoot prompt, it's all focused on what must be preserved and what must change, what must have. And so I think looking at this image, one of the things I might want to change, I think I want to slightly change the time of day to make it look like it's a little bit more kind of dusk, or like the sun is setting. So in the must change area, I'm going to write something at the end here, which is like, you must make the time of day look closer to early evening or dusk, and apply the style rule to help you create the right lighting environment. And I might kind of remove this, actually, the soft golden tonal natural daylight, because I want it to feel, it must feel like the sun is almost fully set. And now let's see whether that drives some improvements in the results versus what I've been looking for. Again, here I'll generate a few candidates. Okay, and then here's the result of that tweaked and refined prompt. So yeah, really happy with how that's come out. That now feels like it fits the style a lot better. Okay, and here we have it. Here we have my final 4 images that I'm happy with after not spending ages prompting here. So I've got my starting image that we generated in the images section. So using a really detailed Claude prompt, I'm really happy with this image. We got the lighting style that we applied and everything that I wanted inside of it. Then we've got our image of the perfume kind of sinking below the ocean. And here again, we were using a much simpler prompting technique. So focused on the fact that the scene looked great and really just giving the model some instruction around what to do, make it clear it's the ocean. So it's kind of added in this coral, apply the styling. So you can see there is this kind of a cross section of light being applied, but we haven't done anything else to this one. Then our the one without the product, and here again kind of getting the same face as the lady in our first image. So here again, this is a freestyle prompt using Claude and the prompting guide, the Riverflow prompting guide, and we apply the style. So again, you can just about see that kind of cross sectional. And then we provided our reference image of the lady and the reference image of the sea. So we've got a really similar blue color which I'm happy with, to the other image under the sea. So we can see those are similar. You could obviously spend longer kind of perfecting those, but for a first shot, it's not bad. And then lastly, and again, I'm happy with this because it feels like it's kind of roughly the same time of day as my first image. We then have our more detailed photo shoots prompt here, where we've given, again, Claude the prompting guide, and we've asked it to write us a bit more of a detailed prompt. And this was using this scene, so that's why we've got some of this kind of similar ocean spray that you see in this original scene, plus the style, plus the product. And so here I've been able to get to a really nice, reasonably consistent feeling 4-shot campaign using some different prompting techniques. There's much more to see inside of the prompting guide, so do spend some time looking at that. And as I said, the best way to then harness that is to bring that into an LLM of your choice and ask it to refer to that. And it's really important then that you make it clear which section of the product you're in. So that's it for a kind of overview of how to prompt more effectively inside of Riverflow. There are lots of other tips and tricks. If you ever have questions, reach out to our team, but hopefully you found that really useful.